Back to Random Access. My name is John Helmholtz. I will be your host for today. On today's show, we have a very special guest. She self-describes as a inspirational speaker, empowerment coach, and a musician. Zhanna Shpits. Thank you for being on the show today, Zhanna.
I'm so honored to have this conversation with you.
Well, I appreciate you making the time to come out and join us. Now, before the show started, you were just telling me a little bit about being an empowerment coach, and an inspirational speaker, and a musician. How did you come into those titles?
Well, it was a journey, of course. Yeah, it's it started when I was a little kid. And I was emotionally abused by my kindergarten teacher. And so what it translated for me, so basically what happened is that that teacher, she, no matter what I did, I couldn't get a single hug from her, just always mean looks. She would wrap the wet towel around my eyes during the nap time when I was doing nothing. So I realized, to me, as a kid, you don't understand why people don't like you. I thought I was not enough. And I started, questioning my own existence. So that led to my journey of discovering, of self-discovery. And I was always fascinated by the ways the human brain works. So I got into psychology, but self-studying, then to the university, teaching methods of teaching and working with kids. When my professors wanted me to stay and work at the university level, I said no, I want to be with the little kids. And I couldn't really understand for myself why I wanted to work with the little kids. Later on, only when I became a bigger girl, I turned 40, then it dawned on me that it all circles back down to this kindergarten teacher who just put all these belief systems in me. Not that she did it, I did it for myself. Sure. So I released it completely, but my journey started with empowering kids. Sure. I wanted to be that first person who would say to them, you loved, you matter, and you are appreciated. So that's how I started my company, The Kids Universe, inspiring and empowering the little ones. Since I'm the musician and music has always been a part of my identity, music happened to be the vehicle for me to connect with these little souls. Because that's another thing that when I work with adults now or children, I actually call the whole human race is kids of all ages. So I empower everybody to go what they want to go for their dreams. And so I started with the little kids. But then realizing that by empowering them, I'm also talking to the parents. Sure. And my company is growing and growing and growing. I got into empowering adults too, teaching them how to go for their big dreams so that they can empower their little children in basically bridging the gap between adulthood and the childhood, because we're the kids. Anyway, so that's how I got into.
Once a kid, always a kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you become involved with programs? Like, do you work closely with schools? How do you get involved with kids?
I have my own company.
Sure.
I've always been an entrepreneur by nature. In my coaching programs and speaking to people, I absolutely love just installing that idea of entrepreneurship. And by that, I don't mean the conventional way of looking at what entrepreneurship is, because usually it's translated into having your own business. It doesn't have to be that way. To me, to be an entrepreneur for life means to take responsibility for every single step of the way. And that's how I did it with my kids, because I'm a mom of two. I have an 11 and a 13-year-old, and they are so the model for me is, here is my business. I'm the CEO of my business. they are the board of directors who have a say in that. So my son is doing all my social media.
Oh, that's cool.
He's good at photography. My daughter is doing all the, like when I do live events, last year it was Dream Big Live for women mostly. But women who still want to stay awesome moms, have great connection with their children, but also want to go for and pursue their dreams. So my daughter did all PowerPoint presentations for that. So you just create the team, and by doing that, you become the role model for them, but you're also not separating your life into this is my work life and this is my personal life. It's just one whole life that you want to have. You want to enjoy every single step of the way.
With them being your board of directors, do they ask for compensation? Do they say, Mom, do we get a salary?
That's a good question.
Well, if they haven't asked it yet, then don't bring it up.
You know what? I actually encourage that myself because the kids want to have their pocket money.
Yeah.
So I know in other families and some of my clients, they're asking me that question a lot. Like, what do we do? How do we compensate? I believe if they are doing what I usually suggest, I pay them. They get $20 for reading a book, for example.
Hey.
But because I want them to read more, not because they're not reading for money. It's just something that I want to reward them for. So then they don't get paid by doing the dishes or doing the chores around the house. That's not what
Gotta take care of things, right?
Exactly.
Take care of the house.
But something like if he does my social media, I said instead of hiring somebody and outsourcing, how about I'll just pay you $50 monthly?
That's,
for example,
hey, there you go. That's,
right?
on a monthly basis. That's great. Now, so I know that we're going to be wrapping up here the interview pretty soon, but so you're going to be performing some music for us. Could you give me a quick 10-15 seconds about how you incorporate the music into?
Music is everything to me. Music is the fastest way to change your state of mind, to really connect with who you are. It has so many healing properties, and I just absolutely, every time I have a speaking engagements, because I speak at big and small stages, spreading love, compassion, and peace, and teaching what I do, teaching people to go for their big dreams. What I do with my music, I don't usually announce that I'm going to bring my guitar or sing a cappella. I show up with that, and in order for me, people have different ways to connect with the audience. For me, the fastest connection between you and me and you with you is going to be through music. That's just who I am.
Well, that's great. I look forward to hearing what you got to play for us. So we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back to Random Access, Zhanna will be playing some music for us. So stay tuned.
Thank you so much, John, for having me here.